Hello students, welcome to Pi Academy, the place for mathematics and science. Dear students, in the last class we were discussing the chapter triangles, right? Now let's go for continuing this, and do remember this is 13th period of this chapter. This will also be the last period. In the 12th period, we were solving the problems in exercise number 6.6. In that, total 9 were over, right? Now, let's go for 10th one. This is also very important in the examination point of view. I am going to put star mark. Just by observing this statement, you all may be thinking that this is very lengthy statement. Yes, no doubt, it is lengthy. In spite of that, it is easier to understand. Okay, let me go for explaining, and before that, pause the video and copy this statement. And while copying, try your best to understand the whole statement. Yes, go for this. Hope that you have understood the statement. Is it not simple? Definitely. Once we shall go through this. Observe it. Here, Nazima is fly fishing in a stream. See that? Here, the running water is there. And in that, Nazima is fly fishing. The tip of a fishing rod. Which is that fishing rod? Here I am going to name that. This is AB. AB is the fishing rod, which is 1.8 meter above the surface of the water. Which is the tip of the fishing rod? B. This is 1.8 meter above the surface of water. Followed. Next. And flying at the end of the string rests on the water 3.6 meter away. So this is the string and it is the end of the string. I call this as C. And this end is on the surface of the water. Then this is 3.6 meter away from her. Next, and one more important point. 2.4 meter from a point directly under the tip of the rod. See that? D is the point directly under the tip of the rod, and from this whatever the fly is there, the end of the fly is at a distance of 2.4 meter from the point D. Followed. Next, assuming that our string is taut, this is the string, it is straight, it is not bent. Okay, here this is string and this is fishing rod. Next, now the question will start. How much string does she have out? That means, look here, you are going to find out the length of the string, nothing but BC. Next, second sub question. If she pulls the string at a rate of 5 centimeter per second, what will be the horizontal distance of the fly from her after 12 seconds? Then as she is going to catch the fishes, she will go for pulling the string towards her. Then she pulls that string with a speed of 5 centimeter per second for 12 seconds. So after 12 seconds, the string that comes here, assume that. You may call this point as E. You are going to find out the horizontal distance of the fly from her, that is from E to, you may call this as F. Followed? So two things are to be found out. One is the distance of BC, nothing but length of the string, and second one is EF is nothing but distance of the fly from her after pulling the string with the speed of 5 centimeter per second. Hope that you have understood it nicely. Now let's go for calculating. First, before that, let us go for writing the data. Start writing with me. What has been given? AB. AB is the fishing rod. Let AB be the fishing rod. Next. After that, what about BC? That is the string. BC be the string. Next, the distance of the tip of the rod or the height of the tip of the rod from the water, it is 1.8 meter. Here I'll write height of fishing rod, not length of the fishing rod, height of the fishing rod from the water, it is nothing but BD. BD is equal to 1.8 meter. Got it? Next, distance of the end of the string from Nazima, it is 3.6 meter. Here I'll write distance of end of fly from Nazima. This is CF. How much? 3.6 meter. Next, what is the distance of the fly from the point below the tip of the rod? It is 2.4. They only have given. Here, distance of fly from, I'll take the point D. What is D? This is the point just below the tip of the point on the surface of the water, just below the tip of the rod. This is CD. CD equal to 2.4 meter. Then, along with that, what has been given? So, the rate of pulling the string, it is 5 centimeter per second. Rate of pulling the string, this is equal to 5 centimeter per second. Next, time for which string is pulled. How long? For 12 seconds. Time for which string is pulled, it is equal to 12 seconds. You may call this as V and this as T. With this information, what you are going to find out? Very good. It is the length of the string. Length of the string. How much? It is going to be found out, that is BC. BC equal to question mark. Next, after that, the distance of fly from Earth after pulling, it is nothing but EF. Got it? Here I'll write distance of fly after pulling it, it is EF, which is equal to question mark. Now let's move on to calculation. The calculation is so simple, no doubt at all. Why? I'll tell you that. Now please don't go for writing anything, just observe. First we shall go for finding the length of the string. See that BC, and we know that B is the tip of the rod, and below that point another point is on the surface of the earth or surface of the water, that is B. So this is perpendicular to the surface of water. Hence we get a right triangle. Can you tell what is that? Very good. BDC. Now as it is right triangle, which theorem can be applied? Very good. Baudhayana's theorem. Nothing but Pythagoras. Can we go for using it for finding the length of BC? Yes. Then let us try that. Here I'll write. In triangle, which is BDC, don't copy it, just keep observing the board. BDC, angle BDC equal to 90 degree. Then by Baudhayana's theorem, we can write BC square equal to BD square plus CD square. BC square is equal to BD square plus CD square. Then BC is unknown. Let us write this as it is. And BD, we know that it is 1.8 meter whole square plus CD is 2.4 whole square. Then apply the square for both the numbers. 1.8 whole square. 18 square is how much? It is 324. Here after decimal 1 digit is there as it is square. So you have to put decimal before 2 digits. Plus 24 square. It is 576. Here also put the decimal before 2 digits. Next, add these two. 6 plus 4, 10 carry 1. 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10 carry 1. It is 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. So BC equal to square root of 9. What is square root of 9? It is 3. Very good. 3 meter. What does BC indicate? This is the length of the string used for fly fishing. Followed? Here are my conclusion. Therefore, the length of the string is 3 meter. Now, please go for copying this calculation up to here. Then after that, I'll go for rubbing again this part to answer for the second question. Yes, copy. Hope that you have written, and there I have rubbed it. I'll use that space for answering remaining sub question. Observe, if she pulls in the string at the rate of 5 cm per second, what will be the horizontal distance of the fly from her after 12 seconds? Look here, if she pulls in that string, look here, the part of the string will just start sinking in the water. Followed? Assume that it comes like this here. Then obviously, then the length of the string on the surface of the water, it decreases, right? Now we have to subtract this much part in the whole length. But what is this length? That can be found out by using, this is speed of pulling the string, that is 5 cm per second for 12 seconds. Followed? Yes, here I'll write the second part. Here, the distance, is nothing but length of the string decreasing while pulling, right? I'll write here, length of the string decreased on pulling. How much? That can be written as V into T. We know that V is equal to D by T and D is equal to V into T. What is V? It is 5 cm per second into time 12 seconds. This is equal to 60 cm. But it is, we want that in meter. So 60 by 100. 60 by 100 is nothing but 0.6 meter. So this much length has been decreased. Then what will be the remaining length of the string? That is nothing but VE. Followed? Here I'll write remaining length of the string, that is, it is BE. It is equal to the actual length of the string, that is 3 meter. In that 0.6 meter is decreased. How much it will be? This will be 2.4 meter. Followed? Here I am writing for your reference 2.4 meter. Okay. Now observe here. You are going to find out the distance of the point A from F. To find out the distance, you must know ED as well as DF. Let's go for finding both. How do you find out ED? Very good. By using Pythagoras theorem. Because we have got the right triangle BDE. In the two sides are known, you can find out the remaining side. Here I'll write, in triangle BDE. Yes, you may start writing. In triangle BDE, angle BDE is 90 degree. Angle BDE is 90 degree. You can go for using Pythagoras theorem. Again, by using Pythagoras theorem, we can write it is BE square equal to, yes, continue this. It is BD square plus ED square. What is BE? Just we have found out. This is 2.4 meter. 2.4 meter whole square. BD is 1.8 whole square plus ED square. Then this is 2.4 whole square. That means it is 5.576. After decimal 1 digit, so that I have taken decimal before 2 digits. It is equal to 1.8 whole square. 18 square is 324. Decimal before 2 digits. Plus ED square, which is unknown. Next, here 5.76, transfer 3.24 to the left hand side. Minus 3.24 is equal to ED square. Then subtract 6 minus 2 is 6 minus 4 is 2, 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. It is equal to ED square. Here I am continuing. This is ED is equal to square root of 2.52. 2.52. How much? Let's go for finding that. Okay. 2.52. Here 1 ones are 1 will remain. Add 1, it becomes 2. Then put decimal. Here decimal is there. Carry down 152. Then 25 5s are 125. Then 27 will remain. Add 5, it becomes 30. Then take 2 zeros. 2700. Can we take here 8s up? 308 8s up. So 8 8s are 64. 6 is the carry. 8 zeros is 0, 6. 8 3s are 24. Now it is 1.58 meter. This is ED. Next. But we want the total length of EF. ED is found out. DF is also required. How do you find out DF? Look here. DF can be found out by subtracting 2.4 meter in 3.6 meter. Right? Here. DF is equal to 3.6 minus 2.4. Then, or else, if you want to write it in detail, you can write CF minus CD, where CF is 3.6 and CD is 2.4 meter. It will be 1.2 meter. 6 minus 4 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. But we want EF, where EF, it includes ED plus DF. ED plus DF. What is ED? It is 1.58 plus DF 1.2. It is equal to how much? 8, 5 plus 2, 7, and 1 plus 1, 2, 2.78. Approximately you can write 2.8. Followed? Yes. EF is 2.8 meter. Now, Let's go for writing the conclusion. What is that? So that the first conclusion we have already written. The length of the string which is out of the surface of water is 3 meter, and the distance of the string from Nazima after pulling that in the water, this is 2.8 meter. Okay, write the conclusion yourself up after copying up to here. Right. Here I have written the conclusion of this problem. You just go for checking that. Write it. Dear students, now let's go for solving some of the additional problems from reference books. This is one of the important statements which was given in the examination as well. Go through this. In this figure, PA, QB and RC are each perpendicular to AC. Look here. PA perpendicular to AC, QB is perpendicular to AC and RC is also perpendicular to AC. With this information we have to prove 1 by x plus 1 by z equal to 1 by y. Observe here. Here how to get these 1 by x plus 1 by z equal to 1 by y. Look here. Here you can come to know that two pairs of triangles. One is PAC and QBC. 90 degree common angle. They are similar, right? So we can go for using CSST. Then obviously we get x by y or y by x. Similarly, RCA then QBA, they are also similar. Again you will get either z by y or y by z. So by using like that, you can go for proving the statement. Yes, pause the video and copy this statement. Afterwards, you have to start writing with me. Copy this. Okay, start writing with me. It is data. They have given PA perpendicular to AC, QB perpendicular to again AC, as well as RC perpendicular to AC. This much has been given. With this information, we have to prove that 1 by x plus 1 by z equal to 1 by y. See, x is in the denominator. So this is one side and it is another side. Okay, we want QB by PA. So that is why I go for taking the triangles in this order. QBC and PAC. Let us prove them as similar. Prove. Start writing. Put implies symbol. In triangle QBC and another triangle PAC. You can come to know that angle QBC is 90 degree. PAC is also 90 degree. Each 90 degree. Next. Look here. It is common angle for both the triangle. That is BCQ and ACP. BCQ and ACP. These two angles are equal. The reason is angle C is common. Or just you can write common angle. So here we have got two pairs of corresponding angles as equal. By using which one? By using AAA similarity criterion. Similarity, we can write triangle QBC similar to triangle PAC. If two triangles are similar, what do you say about their sides? The corresponding sides will be in the same ratio. That is QB by PA is equal to BC by AC equal to QC by PC. It is from CSST. Then what is QB? QB is Y. PA is X. This is equal to BC. BC is unknown. You may write this as it is. By AC. And QC and PC. QC and PC not required. Why? The reason is, when you go for taking next pair of triangles also, we will get AC as the sign. That is why. You may call this as statement 1. Next, similarly, let us go for taking two more pairs of triangles, that is QBA and RCA. In triangle QBA and triangle RCA. In these two triangles, angle QBA is 90 degree, even RCA as well. Hence they are equal. Each is 90 degree. Next, observe angle BAQ, then CAR. Both are same because that is common angle. Here I write BAQ equal to CAR. Reason? Common angle. Again, by using AA similarity criterion. How do you write? Triangle QBA is similar to triangle RCA. Hope that you have understood. I am going to highlight them. These two triangles are similar and these two. Now by using CSST, how do you write? QB by RC equal to BA by CA. It is equal to QA by RA. Reason CSST. Then what is QB? QB is Y by RC. RC is Z. It is equal to BA. BA is unknown. Then CA, that is also unknown. Now, you may call this as statement 2. Then what should be done? Look here, we want 1 by x plus 1 by z equal to 1 by y. Here, y by x is there, y by z is there. Should we go for adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing? Very good. Adding statements 1 and 2. LHS part. Y by x plus y by z is equal to BC by AC plus BA. BA is nothing but AB. CA is nothing but AC. Now here you can take LCM. AC is the LCM. Then BC plus AB. Followed? It is equal to. What is BC plus AB? BC plus AB. It is nothing but AC. Right? Here are AC by AC. What is AC by AC? It is 1. Then what about LHS part? You can, will you go for taking LCM? No. Why? The reason is, when you take LCM it becomes XZ. But we want X and Z separate. So here, in the numerator we have Y. Hence you can take Y as common factor. On taking Y as common factor, you will get 1 by X plus 1 by Z. Then solve 1 by X and 1 by Z. Here I am writing 1 by X plus 1 by Z. It is equal to transpose Y to the denominator of RHS. 1 by Y. Observe. Hence it is proved. Clear? Hope that you have understood this statement. Very simple. Take two pairs of triangles in two different ways and go for proving them as similar and you will get the statement. And another important thing to be noticed is, look here is X, here is Z, here is Y. 1 by X plus 1 by Z equal to 1 by Y. This can also be changed. Look here, X, Y. Suppose this is X, or else this is A, this is B, and this is C. How do you write in such case? 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to 1 by C. Followed? Yes. Please do practice 2 to 3 times. Copy this. Dear students, we have another important statement. Please go through this. Here, XYZ is a triangle, right angle triangle, and the right angle is at the vertex Y. YZ is A, XY is B, XZ is C. And let us take P as the length of perpendicular from Y on XZ. With this information, we have to prove CP equal to AB. And second one, 1 by P square equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. Have you got how to prove this one? Yes. Observe it. A and B, then C and P. A and B. Under what condition you will get A into B? Very simple. When you take the triangle XYZ, its area. Formula used to find out area of triangle. It is half into base into height. Base is A, height is B. Right? Similarly, P into C. You can also find out area of this triangle by taking XZ as base and YS as height. C into B. See that? It can be proved. First one can be proved easily. Followed? Okay. Pause the video, copy the statement, afterwards start writing with me. Here I will go for proving directly. First one. We all know that area of triangle, it is half into base into height. Then let us go for finding area of XYZ. Area of triangle XYZ, this is equal to half into, this time I will take base as YZ, height as XY, or else directly you can write A into B, half into A into B. You may call this as statement 1. Next, area of triangle XYZ can also be expressed in the form, expressed as half into base XZ, height YS. So XZ is C, height YS is P, C into P, half into C into P. Call it as equation 2 or statement 2. Look here, these are the two different things, half AB, half CB. They are equal to the same thing, hence they are equal to one another according to Euclid's axiom, right? Yes. Right now, from statements 1 and 2 and Euclid's axiom, how to write? It is half into A into B is equal to half into C into B. Half and half get cancelled. Then AB equal to C into P. See that? First one is proved. Now let's go for proving second one. It is 1 by P square equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. 1 by P square equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. Okay, anyhow, A square, B square. How do you get A square and B square? Very good. It is by using Pythagoras theorem, right? You can, by using Pythagoras theorem, you can write C square equal to A square plus B square. Afterwards we shall check. Don't go for writing. Just keep observing the board. I'll take the triangle X, Y, Z. In that, Y is 90 degree. Then, by using Baudhaina's theorem, nothing but Pythagoras theorem. How do you go for writing? XZ square is equal to XY square plus YZ square. XY square plus YZ square. What is XZ square? It is C square. XY square, that is B square. YZ, it is A, YZ square is A square. C square equal to B square plus A square. But we want 1 by A square, 1 by B square. Can we take the reciprocal? No. In this statement, there is no C. P is there. Hence, can we take substitution for C? Yes. How? By using this statement. I call this as statement 1 and this as statement 2. Sorry. This is 3, this is 4. Here I'll write. Using 3, you can solve C. What is C? C is equal to AB by P. Hope that you have understood. Now, substitute the C in equation 4. Equation 4 can be written as C square. C square is AB by P whole square is equal to B square plus A square. Got it? Then it is A square B square by P square is equal to B square plus A square. There we want 1 by P square. So transpose A square B square to the denominator of RHS. So 1 by P square is equal to B square plus A square by A square B square. Then split them. B square by A square B square plus A square by A square B square. A square B square get cancelled. So 1 by P square is equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. Followed? Hence it is proved. Hope that you have understood the statement. Again I have been telling, it's very simple. Take the area of triangle in two different ways. Then you will get AB equal to C. And for second one, use Pythagoras theorem. Dear students, you all may be thinking that this figure is just like the geometrical figure which we come across before proving Pythagoras theorem. That is, that give us the information about results of similarity of triangles. Is it not? You just recall that one. It is the perpendicular drawn from vertex of right angle to the hypotenuse divides it into two similar triangles. Can we go for taking the similar triangles as Z, S, Y and Y, S, X? Just for your reference only, look here. If you go for, after writing the whole statement, if you take this triangle, Z, S, Y, triangle Z, S, Y, similar to triangle YSB, triangle YSX. Then from CPST you can write it as ZS by YS equal to SY by SX. It is ZY by YX. Followed. What is ZS? ZS, it is unknown. You can write this as it is. YS is P equal to SY that is also P. SX, it is unknown by, it is equal to ZY, it is A. YX, this is B. Followed? Then can we go for simplifying this? Yes. How do you go for that? Look here. ZS into SX is equal to P square. P into P. This is equal to A by B. Now, using this statement, you can go for proving that 1 by P square equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. So, try to go for proving by using this concept. Yes. Copy this. Have you tried this one? Hope that you have tried. If not, just observe. Here I am writing ZS and SX. ZS into Sx equal to p square. That will be taken. Then what is Zs? Okay. Zs, you can take this triangle. It is a right triangle. It is a square equal to p square plus zs square. Zs can be written as a square minus square root of a square minus p square. Right? Here, square root of a square minus p square into Sx. Here also, we have another right triangle. Observe, this is b square equal to p square plus Sx square. We want Sx. It is also square root of b square minus p square. B square minus p square, which is equal to p square. And to remove the root, you can go for applying the square on either sides, right? Or else, first you can write this whole statement as square root of a square minus p square into b square minus p square, which is equal to p raised to the power 2. Go for squaring on both the sides to remove root. Then you will get a square minus p square into b square minus p square equal to p square. Then you can write it as multiply a square with both the terms, a square b square, then a square p square. Multiply minus p square with both, minus p square b square, minus into minus plus p raised to the power 4. It is equal to p raised to the power 4 because we have done squaring on both the sides. Here these two get cancelled. Now I'll write a square b square as it is, which is equal to transfer remaining two terms to the right hand side, a square p square plus p square b square. Followed? Now this is a square b square, which is equal, here p square is common factor, then a square plus b square. Cross multiply. Look here, I take p square to the denominator, then a square plus b square, a square b square to the denominator of the right hand side. Then 1 by p square is equal to a square by a square b square plus b square by a square b square. It cancel. 1 by p square is equal to 1 by a square plus 1 by b square. See that? We have proved this statement. Is it not simple? Yes. So I have shown both the methods. Whichever you feel more comfortable, you can go for that. Copy this also. Dear students, please go through this third one. This is also one of the important statement. It is, if capital A be the area of a right triangle and B one of the sides containing the right angle, then we have to prove that the length of the altitude on the hypotenuse is 2 into capital A small b whole divided by square root of b raised to the power 4 plus 4a square. Hope that you have understood the statement. Now let me teach you how to prove this statement. Pausing the video, copy this. After that you can start writing with me. First I will go for drawing a right triangle. Here I am drawing this. And you can name this right triangle as PQR because here already A is there. Hence you may go for using PQR, XYZ, LMN, whichever you want. P, Q and this is R. Angle Q is 90 degree. A is the area of right triangle. This is here only. Just I'll go for writing the data. That is, area of triangle PQR is capital A. And small b, one of the sides containing right angle. See, this is the right angle. Which sides contain this right angle? PQ and QR. Whichever you want, you can take. I take this as B. Next, prove that the length of the altitude on the hypotenuse. Altitude on the hypotenuse. This is PR is the hypotenuse. I am drawing the altitude. I call this point as S. So QS is perpendicular to PR. The length of this altitude, you may call this as L. L is this is. Followed? Okay. Now let's go for proving that all right. In triangle PQR, angle Q is 90 degree. Then area of PQR is capital A. One more side is given. QR. Let QR equal to small b units. Next, QS is perpendicular to PR. QS is perpendicular to PR. This much has been given. With this information, we are going to prove that is the length of the perpendicular drawn on hypotenuse is L is equal to 2 into capital A small b whole divided by square root of small b raised to the power 4 plus 4a square. Okay, let's go for proving this. Very simple to prove. Look here. You are going to prove this length is equal to this much. It is the altitude of the triangle PQR when you consider PR as the base, right? But we do not know PR. How do you find out PR? Very good. By using Pythagoras theorem. That is PR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. You know QR, but what is it about PQ? PQ is unknown. So hence, first we have to find out PQ. Let's go for finding PQ. Here, proof. Start writing with me. They have given area of PQR. Area of PQR is capital A. Area of PQR can be written as half into QR into PQ, right? Half into QR into PQ, which is equal to capital A, because area of triangle is half into base into height. Then half into, what is QR? QR is small b. PQ, that is unknown. PQ, which is equal to capital A. Let us find out PQ. PQ is equal to 2 times A by small b. Now we got PQ. We know PQ as well as QR, hence you can find out PR. Let's go for finding PR. Here, alright, in triangle PQR, angle Q is 90 degree, therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, how do you write? It is PR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. PR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. Go for substituting. PR is unknown, write this as it is. PQ, just we have found out. It is 2A by B. 2A by B whole square. QR, what is QR? It is small b. B whole square. It is equal to, apply square. This is 4A square by B square plus B square. Then you may take the LCM. What is the LCM? This is B square. It will be 4A square plus B raised to the power 4. Followed? Now, and here I am continuing. We want PR. PR is equal to square root of 4A square plus B raised to the power 4 by B square. Then square root of B square is just B only. Hence we can write PR equal to square root of 4A square plus B raised to the power 4 whole divided by B. Hope that you have understood. Next, I will go for taking the area of triangle PQR in another way. half into base is PR, height is QS. Followed? Here, area of triangle PQR is equal to half into base. Base is PR. Dear students, here I have less space, hence I am taking this. I am continuing here. Please observe. After this, I am writing here. Area of triangle PQR, it is half into base. This time I am taking PR into height. It is QS. It is equal to, what is area of triangle PQR? It is capital A, is equal to half into base PR. PR is how much? It is square root of 4a square plus b raised to the power 4 whole divided by b. QS. QS is nothing but L. But we want L only. Transfer these. It is 2 into capital A into small b. Then this is whole divided by 4a square plus b raised to the power 4 is equal to L. It is rule. Observe that perpendicular drawn from vertex of right angle to the hypotenuse is 2ab by square root of b raised to the power 4 plus 4a square. I'll rewrite this as L is equal to 2 capital A small b whole divided by square root of 4 a square plus b raised to the power 4. Hence, it is proved. Hope that you have understood. So, if you have copied, it's okay. If not, first you have to write data to prove proof. After writing up to here, then you follow from here. From here to here. After finding PR, then this is the last step. Go for writing. Dear students, observe this. It is fourth one and is also very important in the examination point of view, and even it was given in the examination as well for 2 marks. Very simple statement. In this figure, FEC is congruent to GDB. Then and angle 1 equal to angle 2. Prove that triangle ADE is similar to ABC. Is it not simple? Definitely. How? Okay, first let us write, then you can identify that one. Data. Yes. Pause the video, copy the statement, draw the figure, then you can start writing with me. They have given the triangle FEC is congruent to triangle GDB. Dear students, we know that when two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts will be equal. So we can write here angle F is equal to angle G, right? Then angle E equal to angle D. Next, angle C equal to angle B. Okay. C equal to angle B. Angle 4 equal to angle 3. Then G is equal to F. Then E equal to angle D. This angle. Next, and the corresponding sides are also equal. I'll write FE. This is equal to GD. EC is equal to DB. And FC is equal to GB. Followed? Then they are given angle 1 and 2 are equal. Angle 1 equal to angle 2. So with this information, we are going to prove that these two triangles ADE and ABC are similar. Triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. Obviously, to prove them as similar, we have to use any one of the similarity criterion. But which one will come? On comparing the triangle ADE and ABC, you can come to know that A is common angle for both. If one more pair of angles are equal, either 1 equal to 3 or 1 equal to 4, 2 equal to 4 or 2 equal to 3, then you can use AA similarity. Is it not? So that only we are going to prove now. Observe it. Here angle 1 and angle 2 are equal in this triangle. That is in triangle AD. We know that property, that is the sides opposite to equal angles are equal. Hence AD equal to AE, right? Here, proof, right way. In triangle, this is the first step, put imply symbol. In triangle ADE, angle 1 equal to angle 2, then angle opposite to, side opposite to angle 1 is AE. It is equal to, side opposite to angle 2 is AD. Followed? So here I write angles, sides opposite to equal angles. Then observe, when you go for taking the triangles, congruent triangle FEC and GDB, FEC and GDB, we know that DB and EC, they are equal. Followed? You all may be awaiting that how to prove these two are similar. Here now we have to show angle 1 equal to angle 3. It is very simple. Just we have come to know that AD equal to AE. Then whether DB equal to EC? Yes. DB is the side of the triangle BDG. EC is the side of the triangle CEF. Both are congruent. As this ratio and this ratio, both will be equal. Followed? When these two are equal, DE is the line which divides two sides proportionately, then this is parallel to the third side. DE parallel to BC. Can we tell so? Very good. If these two are parallel, angle 1 equal to angle 3. Angle 2 equal to angle 4. What is the reason? Very good. Corresponding angles. Now, in triangle ADE and ABC, angle A is common. 1 equal to 3, 2 equal to 4. By A similarity, both the triangles are similar. Is it not simple? Yes. Here, right. AE equal to AD. This can also be written as AD equal to AE. Call this as statement 1. Similarly, I'll write DB equal to EC. DB equal to EC. This is from data. DB equal to EC. Call it as 2. This has been written from data. Let us go for dividing 1 by 2. Divide statement 1 by 2. Then we can write AD by DB equal to AE by EC. Okay, these are the equals divided by equals. Then the remainders are equal according to axiom. Next, AD by DB equal to AE by EC. Then can we write DE parallel to BC? Yes. How? By converse of BPT. By converse of BPT, we can write DE parallel to BC. If DE parallel to BC, now we can write angle 1 equal to angle 3, angle 2 equal to 4. Angle 1 equal to angle 3, angle 2 equal to angle 4. Reason is they are corresponding angles. But actually what we are going to prove here, this is triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. Let us write in triangle ADE and triangle ABC, in these two triangles, let us write angle A is common. A equal to A. Common angle. Next, angle 1 equal to angle 3. Proved statement. Angle 1 equal to angle 3. Only these two pair of angles are enough. If you want to write even 2 equal to 4 as well. Proved statement. Now look here. Here all the three pairs of corresponding angles are equal, right? By using which similarity criterion we can say these two triangles are similar? Very good. By AA similarity. By AA similarity criterion, triangle ADE similar to triangle ABC. Hence it is proved. Got it? Yes, please go for copying from there to here. Dear students, observe this one. Even this is also important in the examination point of view. The question is like this. In figure, DEFG is a square. In this figure, DEFG is a square. If it is a square, each angle is 90 degree and all sides are equal. Let me show that. Look here. D equal to EF, which is equal to FG equal to GD. Now angle D, angle E, F and G. All these are 90 degree each. Next, angle BAC is 90 degree. With this information, we have to prove the statements one by one. First only I will go for explaining. Afterwards, you can just you can write with me. Look here, AGF similar to DBG. AGF similar to DBG. How to prove this? Very simple. Look here. As GDEF is a square, we know that square is a parallelogram. Then opposite sides are parallel. GF parallel to D. If GF parallel to D, what about these angles? They are equal. Why? Corresponding angles. Then A is 90 degree. Even this is also. That is BDG is also 90 degree. By A similarity, both the triangles are similar. Next, AGF, EFC. AGF, EFC. These two angles are equal. What is the reason? Corresponding angles. It is 90 degree, it is 90 degree. So by A similarity, again, these two triangles are similar. This is by AA, this is by AA. And what about DBG and EFC? See that? DBG and EFC. Very simple. See, these are the two triangles which are similar to triangle AGF, hence they are also similar to one another. Next, after that, we should prove DE square. Okay, DE square equal to BD into EC. BD into EC. No doubt this is also simple one. I'll explain that. And particularly this has been asked in the examination. This is more important. Okay. Now let's go for proving. And before that, copy the statement, draw the figure. Yes. Write up that. Yes. Write. Proof. Before going to prove the first one, let us write this one. DEFG is a square. DEFG is a square. Therefore, all these sides are equal. DE equal to EF equal to FG is equal to GD. Then angle D, nothing but GDE. Angle GDE. Next, DEF equal to EFG. EFG is equal to FGD. FGD equal to 90 degree. Followed? Then angle A is 90 degree. Okay, now let us go for proving one by one. And before that, here I'll write GF is parallel to DE. GF is parallel to DE because opposite sides of square. Opposite sides of square. Opposite sides of square are equal and parallel. As GF parallel to DE, okay, GF is also parallel to BC because DE is a part of BC. GF parallel to BC. Reason DE is a part of BC. Now let us go for proving one by one. First one, in triangle AGF and DBG, AGF and triangle DBG, angle A is 90 degree, angle GDB is 90 degree. Angle A equal to 90 degree, angle BDG. BDG. Here we can write each 90 degree. Then angle AGF and angle GBD, these two angles are equal because they are corresponding angles. Angle AGF equal to GBD. GBD. Or else you can go for numbering the angles also 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will be much easier. If you want to, if you are confusing, then I'll go for numbering. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. When you are is going to number the angles, without fail you have to draw the figures and show the numbers which represent the angles. Then here I write angle 1 equal to angle 2. The reason is corresponding angles. Then which is here two pairs of similar corresponding angles are equal. So by using AA similarity, we can write triangle AGF is similar to triangle DBG. You may call it as alpha. So first one is proved. Hope that you have written with me. Now second one. Second one is AGF, EFC. EFC. In triangle AGF and triangle EFC, in these two triangles, angle A is equal to, this is 90 degree, here FEC 90 degree, angle FEC 90 degree, therefore they are equal. Then angle 4 equal to angle 3. What is the reason? Very good, they are corresponding angles. Next, again why? A similarity, you can write triangle AGF similar to triangle EFC. Call it as statement beta. Proved. Then third one, EFC and DBG. See the DBG, EFC, similar. How do you prove they are similar? As they are similar to AGF, hence they are similar to one another according to Euclid's statement or axiom. Here I'll write third one, from alpha and beta and axiom. Euclid's axiom. What is that? The triangles which are similar to the same triangle are similar to one another. Therefore, triangle DBG similar to triangle EFC. This is also proved. Next, now we are going to prove the fourth statement. That is D square equal to BD into EC. We have come, look here, DE. DE is nothing but GF. DE is nothing but DG. DE is nothing but EF. So, anyhow, in place of DV, DE, can we take GD? Can we take FE? Yes. Next, BD and DC. BD and DC. See that these are the sides of these two triangles. Just we have proved the triangles are similar. As these two triangles are similar, that is, again I'll write triangle. We know that BDG, CEF are similar. BDG and CEF both are same only. It is proved statement. Then if the triangles are similar, their corresponding sides will be in the same ratio. We can write BD by CE, right, is equal to DG by EF equal to BG by CF. Look here. In place of DJ, can we write D? And also in place of EF, D. Got it? GD. See that? GD. This is DE. Then EF. That is also D. If it is written so, can we cancel? Yes. But how do you go for proving D square equal to BD into EC? Then have you written this correctly? Then check it out. Have you got? So this won't come. That's why I'm going to take these two triangles only. Hence I'll rub it. So from this, as these two triangles are similar, by CSST, corresponding sides of similar triangle. How do you go for writing? It is DB by EF is equal to BG by FC equal to DG by EC. Followed? Now look here. We want BD into EC. BD into EC. Let's go for taking these two. And even we want DE square, but here is no DE square. But DE is nothing but GD and FE. In place of FE, I'll write DE. DB by DE is equal to, I have taken only these two, is equal to DG. DG again it is nothing but DE by EC. Go for cross multiplication. DE into DE. It is DE square, then DB into EC. Observe that. DE square equal to DB into DB is nothing but BD and EC. Hence it is proved. Followed? Yes, this is very important in the examination point of view. Don't neglect. Please do practice this. You may write down from there to here. Dear students, we have another important statement. Go through this. Sixth one. Here, AD is the bisector of angle BAC. That means these two angles are equal. I'll go for numbering them as angle 1 and angle 2. AB is 10 centimeter, AC 14 centimeter, and BC 6 centimeter. You are going to find out BD as well as DC. How do you go for finding? Okay, BD, you may take this as X. If it is X, what about DC? Total length is 6 centimeter from B to C. In that, BD is X, DC will be 6 minus X. It is our assumption, not given. But how to find out that. To find out BD, you must know the value of x. Again, to find out DC, if x is known, you can subtract x in 6. It is easy to find. But the question is how, on what basis you are going to find out that. Dear student, in this chapter, that is triangle chapter, just to recall exercise number 6.6, first question. In that we had come across one important result. Even I told you to remember this as well. Look here. This is the triangle ABC. Then, and we have drawn the line AD, which is the bisector. Then they had asked you to prove BD by DC. BD by DC is equal to AB by AC. This is one of the important result with respect to angle bisector of a triangle. In any triangle there is angular bisector, then it divides the side in the ratio. That ratio is equal to the ratio of the remaining side. BD by DC equal to AB by AC. Here also we can follow the same thing. Got it? Yes, here I'll write. I'll go for finding the solution. Observe. They have given AD bisects angle A. In triangle ABC, AD bisects angle A. That means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And remaining, everything is already mentioned in the figure itself. Now let us assume, let BD equal to x units or x centimeter. Then obviously DC will be, DC is equal to 6 minus x centimeter. So by the property of angle bisector of a triangle, by the property of angle or angular bisector, angle bisector of a triangle, we can write BD by DC is equal to AB by AC. AB by AC. Now substitute. What is BD? This is x. DC 6 minus x equal to AB, it is 10 centimeter, and AC is 14 centimeter. Then go for cross multiply. 14 into x, 14x equal to, multiply 10 with both, 10 into 6, 60 minus 10 into x, 10x. Transfer that to the left hand side. 14x plus 10x is equal to 60. Then this will be 24x equal to 60. Let us find out here. X is equal to 60 by 24. It is 12 2s are 12 5s are, which is equal to 2.5 centimeter. X is 2.5 centimeter. That means BD equal to x, which is 2.5 centimeter. Next, we want DC also. DC equal to 6 minus x, 6 minus 2.5. How much it will be? This will be 3.5 centimeter. Conclusion. Therefore, BD is 2.5 centimeter and DC is 3.5 centimeter. And these two, 2.5 plus 3.5, it is again 6. Got it? Repeated I have been telling, please do remember this result. Along with that, you can also remember one more result. What is that? You just go through this. This is the triangle ABC and you will go for drawing the median. Call it as D. Then Then what is that property with respect to median of a triangle? This is AC square, AB square plus AC square equal to, yes, go for recalling that statement and write it. Written up. That is AB square plus AC square is equal to median 2 times median square is plus half of base square, that is BC square. Remember these two important results. One is with respect to angle bisector of a triangle. Second one, median of a triangle. Yes, first in note, copy these 2 points, important points. Then after that, copy 6th one from here to there. Dear students, here we have one more important statement and is also very nice. Observe this. It is in this figure, they have given the line L and PA, QB, RC and SD. They are all perpendicular to L. So that I just to show the symbol. Look here, 90 degree, this is 90 degree and is also 90 degree. Then if AB equal to 6 centimeter, BC equal to 9 centimeter, CD equal to 12 centimeter. Then PS, it is 36 centimeter, then we have to determine, that means we have to find out PQ, QR and RS. This is length PQ. You may call this as X, QR, Y and RS, Z. Followed? Then how do you go for finding this? Look here, let us go for finding one by one. For this, we need to go for construction. Why the construction is necessary? Dear students, you know that all these are perpendicular to L. Hence, can we say that PA parallel to QB parallel to RC parallel to SD? They are all parallel to one another. And to find out X, see that we can take PQ and QS, this ratio. Obviously, that ratio should also be equal to here. How do you get that ratio? You can get that ratio by using BPT. But to use that BPT, you must know the triangle should be there. There is no triangle. Hence, I'll go for construction to form the triangle. That is, let us join PD. It is, let us join PD and this will intersect QB and RS at 2 points M and N. Followed? Then look here, PQ equal to QS. Then PQ by QS equal to PM by MD. Can we write so? Yes, because QM is parallel to SD. Then similarly, here you can also come to know that PM by MD equal to AB by BD. Followed? Again by using BPT. Then we can write PQ by QS equal to AB by BD. By substituting, you can go for finding X. Yes, let us go for that. First, I'll write data here only to save the space. I'll write here. Dear students, pause the video and copy the statement, draw the figure. Then start writing the data with me. Here, I'll write PA perpendicular to L, QB perpendicular to L, RC perpendicular to L and also SD perpendicular to the same line L. Therefore, PA parallel to QB parallel to RC parallel to SD. Next, they are given all the sides. Let us assume PQ as X centimeter, QR as Y centimeter and RS as Z centimeter. Followed? Now let us go for finding one by one. Calculation. Here, I take the triangle PDS. In triangle PDS and in triangle PDS, you can come to know that QM parallel to SD, right? QM parallel to SD. Therefore, by using Thayer's theorem or basic proportionality theorem, we can write PQ by QS is equal to PM by MD. PM by MD. You may call this as statement 12. Similarly, I go for taking the triangle PAD. In triangle PAD, here observe, MB parallel to PA or PA parallel to MB. Followed? Then we can write, observe, PM by MB, PM by MD is equal to AB by DB, sorry, BD. AB by BD. You may call this as statement 2. See that from 1 and 2, these are the two things equal to the same thing, hence are equal to one another. Here I'll write from 1 and 2 and axiom. We can write it is PQ by QS is equal to AB by BD. Followed? Now let's go for taking substitution for all these. What is PQ? PQ is X. What about QS? QS is total length is 36. In the QS, 36 minus X is QS. Here I write 36 minus X, which is equal to AB. AB is 6 centimeter. And BD, B to D, it is 9 plus 12. 9 plus 12, it is 21. Here X by 36 minus X is equal to 6 by, it is 21. Got it? Then you can go for cancelling them. Here 3 2s are 3 7s are. Cross multiply. 7 into X, 7X, which is equal to 36 2s are 72 minus 2 into X. This is 2X. Transfer that to the left hand side. 7X plus 2X equal to 72. It is 9X equal to 72. X equal to 72 by 9. How much? Here 9 8s are. Yes, 9 ones are 9 8s are. X is 8 centimeter. Nothing but PQ. Therefore, as we know that PQ is equal to X, which is equal to 8 centimeter. Now first one is O1. Next we have to find out Y and Z. Just think over it. How to find out Y and Z. And before that, please copy up to here. Yes, hope that you have done it. Now, here for first one, whatever the construction we have done, you can mark that, you can write that here. That is join PD which intersect QB at M, RC at M. QB at M and RC at L. Now, you are going to find out Y. Hence, let us go for joining QD, which will intersect RC at L. Can we write so? Yes. Please write with me. It is join QD which intersect RC at L. RC at L. Now, here also again, let's go for taking the triangle. QDS. In QDS, okay, RL, see, RC is parallel to SD, hence RL is also parallel to SD. RL parallel to SD. By using basic proportionality theorem, we can write QR by RS. QR by RS is equal to QL by LD. QL by LD. Okay. Then, so let us call it as statement 3. Similarly, I take another triangle QBD because QD should be the side of the triangle. In triangle QBD, in that QBD, LC parallel to QB or BQ parallel to CL. Again, use the BPT. According to BPT, we can write QL by LD. QL by LD is equal to BC by CD. Followed? BC by CD. Call it as equation 4. Use statement 3 and 4. See that these are the two things equal to the same thing or equal to one another. From 3 and 4 and axiom, we can write it is QR by RS. QR by RS. It is equal to BC by CD. BC by CD. QR. What is QR? Observe it. It is nothing but Y, which we are going to find out. Y. RS. RS. What is that? Z. Z is nothing but 36 minus X minus Y. Followed? Look here. The sum of these two should be subtracted in 36 to get Z. Here I write RS as Z. It is equal to BC 9 and CD. BC is 9, CD is 12. Understood? Okay. Let us write Y as it is. Then Z is 36 minus X minus Y. 36 minus X minus Y is equal to 3 3s are 3 4s are 3 by 4. Next, Y by 36. What is X? Just we have found out. Minus 8 minus Y equal to 3 by 4. Y by 36 minus 8, it is 28. Minus Y is equal to 3 by 4. Cross multiply. 4Y is equal to 3 into 28. It is 84. 28 3s are 23s are 60. 8 3s are 24. 60 plus 24, 84. Then minus Y into 3, minus 3Y. Transfer that to the left hand side. Becomes 7Y equal to 84. Then Y is equal to 7, 1s are 2s are. Y equal to 12. Followed? So now we got QS. Determine PQ, QR. Okay. It is where Y is QR. QR equal to Y, which is equal to 12 centimeter. Next, we want RS. Very simple. What is RS? 36 minus X minus Y. Here I'll write Z is equal to 36 minus X minus Y. It is 36. X is 8 and Y is 12. 36 minus 20. It is 16. What is Z? Z is nothing but RS. RS equal to 16 centimeter. Now count, add them. 8 plus 12. It is 18. Sorry, 20. 20 plus 16, 36. Total length is 36. Got it? So we can write the conclusion. That is, therefore, PQ equal to 8 centimeter, QR equal to 12 centimeter and RS equal to 16 centimeter. Hope that you all have understood this and please go for copying this. Dear students, please go through this. Eighth one. In this figure, here PA perpendicular to AC, QB perpendicular to AC, RC is also perpendicular to AC, and they are given PA is small a, QB is small h, and RC is small b. Go through the question. In this figure, write the relationship among A, B and H in two different ways. Also, express H in terms of A and B. Dear students, we have already come across this type of geometrical figure, is it not? Just we are going to write the result directly. I have already explained how to write them. Yes, how do you go for answering? Just let's go for answering. This first one, write the relationship among A, B and H. We know that we can write in two different ways. First way, it is 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to 1 by H, right? Second one, how do you express in second one? Very simple. Take the LCM of this AB, then this will be B plus A. It's equal to 1 by H, or H is equal to cross multiply AB by A plus B. This is second. And third one, what is third one? Express H in terms of A and B. This is only same thing. H is equal to AB by A plus B. Is it not simple one? Yeah. Please go for copying from there to here. Dear students, observe it. Ninth one, just additional information only related to our chapter. Here, if AD is the median of triangle ABC, then AB square plus AC square equal to 2BD square plus 2AD square. Or this can also be written as AB square plus AC square equal to 2CD square plus 2AD square. What do you call this result? This result is known as Apollonius theorem. Apollonius theorem. Please do remember this. We have already proved this also, but in a different way. Just for the sake of making you to understand, I am showing this one in a very simple way. Look here. This is the triangle. You may name this as ABC. As they are given, AD is the median. This is the midpoint. D, when BD equal to CD. And as AD is the median. What is the result with respect to median of a triangle? Yes, that can be written as AB square plus, we have proved that one, AB square plus AC square equal to 2 times median square AD square plus, then the remaining side BC square by 2. This is the result we have got, right? Using this result, you can prove both of them. Observe. I'll write AB square plus BC AC square as it is equal to 2AD square is also as it is. Then BC, what is BC? As D is the midpoint, BD equal to CD. BC will be BD plus CD. Understood? Or else BC is 2 times of BD or 2 times of CD. I'll take 2 times of CD whole square by 2. This is equal to 2AD square plus, apply square to both. It will be 4CD square by 2. 2 ones are 2 2s are. Followed. And this is equal to 2AD square plus 2CD square is equal to AB square plus AC square. Observe it. AB square plus AC square equal to 2AD square plus 2CD square. In the same way, you can also prove this one. You can try this. Okay? Let's copy it. Dear students, hope that you have written up to here. With this, the chapter has been completed. And even we have many statements are there. And we shall go for solving those also in the revision class. Okay? And today, what all the additional problems we have done, they are very important in the examination point of view. Please do practice all of this without fail today itself. And with this, the midterm syllabus has been completed as per the instruction given by Central Board of Secondary Education, we have to finish the first 6 chapters for the midterm examination. That is real numbers, polynomials, then pair of linear equations in 2 variables, quadratic equations, arithmetic progressions, then triangles. Okay, then from next class onwards we can focus on science. In physics we have finished 2 chapters for the first term, that is electricity and magnetic effect of electric current. Then in chemistry we have finished only 1 chapter, chemical reactions and equations. In chemistry we have 2 chapters, 2 more chapters are there. One is acids, bases and salts, and another one is metals and non-metals. In next class we shall focus on science. Okay. Anyhow, keep in good preparation, as we have already finished midterm examination syllabus related to mathematics. So with this, let us stop the class. Thank you very much.